Good morning, Adam here, personal trainer with about 7 million years experience. Just want to talk to you about breathing today and the importance of it. You know, it's the most important thing you can do, more than food and water and reproducing anything you can think of. If you don't get oxygen, you're dead. We all know that, but we don't pay attention to our breathing. So first of all, what are the mechanics of it? Very simply, in a nutshell, lungs inside here are sitting on top of the diaphragm. They're not just sitting on top of, they're part of the same sheet. Like all of your muscles are not separate, they're all part of the same sheet. You started off in your mum's tummy as one little seed, and then that became 2 and 4, and we didn't like, it's not like someone put an extra seed in there. It's one cell, and it becomes 2, 4, 8, etc. Okay, so you don't have in your body 600 different muscles. Like the bicep is not separate to the tricep, is separate to the pectoral, is separate to the sternocleidomastoid. No. There's not 600 muscles in the body. It's one muscle that hangs in a sheet across your body in 600 different places. Kind of like 600 bags of electrified jelly, if you will. All right, and they're all connected, and they're all part of the bones, and they're all part of the tendons and the ligaments and the organs and the diaphragm and the lungs and the heart. They're all part of the same thing as well. Pelvic floor, tongue, scalp, the whole lot's connected. It's one thing. Okay, so got this diaphragm sitting underneath where your bottom rib is. There's curve like that. Okay, so there's your diaphragm, a bit like a mushroom head, and the lungs are sitting on top of that. And when you breathe in, the only reason you're breathing in is because the diaphragm went from like a dome shape down to a flat shape, and these smaller lungs got pulled into bigger lung positions, and then okay, so when these guys are getting bigger because air filled them, the diaphragm was the thing that caused that by going down, right? Well, underneath here you've got organs. Where do they go? If your stomach wall is too tight because I've got amazing abs, I've got a 1 million pack, 6-pack, haha, I've got a million pack. Look, if we all are caught up in our need to appear not fat, because that's the message we're always given, and you're keeping your stomach so tight all the time, there's other problems with that, but as far as the breathing goes, my diaphragm needs to go down and the organs have to get out of the way. So when I breathe in and the lungs are getting bigger and the diaphragm's going down, this stomach wall has to come out towards the camera. Okay, so I'm going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And that's a really nice organ massage as well, without getting too airy-fairy about it. But just think about all those organs being held squashed in a tight corset all the time, or being allowed to move, and any articulating surfaces between organ 1 and organ 2 that are supposed to have a bit of slide and glide can now actually have slide and glide rather than being held all tight. Okay, so we're breathing in and we're breathing out. I'm a swimmer. I love swimming, and when I do my laps, one thing that I notice is how good I feel afterwards, and primarily it's because of the breathing. Because when your face is underwater, you can't cheat. There's no breathing in, right? Otherwise you come up and you cough. So when your face is underwater, you have to breathe out or hold your breath. And so I'm going breathe in and then breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe in. I do one breath every 5 strokes. And so that's going to be and that long exhalation is really good for calming you down. Then after I finish my swimming, I've been doing some breathing exercises recently which I think are really, really good. And I don't just do a short in breath, I do a long in breath, I hold, I do a long out breath, I hold. And just because I'm a bit of a nerd, I like to do it with numbers, and so I will go breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can do any numbers you want, but just understand that if I'm breathing right with a 1, 1, 1, 1, that's going to be fantastic before I begin my rugby game. That's going to be fantastic before I start my running race. That's going to be fantastic at alerting me and waking me up, exciting and annoying my system, and that kind of thing. If I'm looking for relaxation and de-stress, that's not the breathing I would choose. So I would go for longer and longer if I could. Now for me personally, 10 seconds, well it's not seconds, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so yeah, say closer to 5 seconds. But I count to 10 on the in-breath, I hold for 10, I count to 10 for the out-breath, and I hold for 10. That's right at the edge of my ability, but after I've done 10 breaths like that, it feels absolutely fantastic. So it would be, I'll do 5s, so I'm going to go You should try it. It's very relaxing, it's very good for calming your brain, it's very good for getting your nervous system out of fight, flight, freeze, feed, or fornicate, the 5 Fs. And if you are going into the gym and just doing hardcore workouts all the time and never paying attention to your regeneration, then this simple breathing exercise can really help as a cool down after your workout, or as a prep before your workout. Anyway, I've talked too long. As usual, if you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.